Welcome back to Viking football with Bruce Barnum, and the Vikings are ready to go again this week after a bye week. Portland State will host UC Davis at Providence Park this Saturday, 2 p.m. Coach, we'll start with the bye week. Last Saturday, I didn't have anything to do. I went wine tasting. I didn't see you out there. What'd you do last Saturday?
Recruit. We had to recruit, Mike. We had coaches out to football games, watching them, and the short time I did have, I cut some fields, cut some grass.
All right, once we got him off the lawnmower, we got him back on the field, coaching up the team. The Vikings did practice some last week, obviously practicing again this week. Getting those extra practices in now as we face 9 consecutive Big Sky opponents. And, Coach, is the preparation any different for the Big Sky opponents than it was for those programs, BYU and Oregon State?
Not at all, Mike. This week was us. I mean, finishing up, polishing us. We did grab an extra day on Davis as far as prep last week, during the bye week, so led us into this week. But just taking care of our mistakes and who we are. That's always kind of been our mantra here. Here's what we do, try to beat us. So I like where we're at right now coming off the bye week. We're almost 100% healthy, which is huge. So excited to get back on the playing field.
And the health obviously being a big difference from last year when the Vikings battled a tremendous number of injuries. Feeling pretty good this week going into Davis. Coach, very quickly, first 2 weeks of the season, you played up against some FBS programs. Team played well, but you didn't get the wins. And no matter who you play, that's what you want to get. A quick synopsis of what you maybe learned from your team. Obviously, at Oregon State, the Vikings had a great chance there. Missed a few opportunities on offense, missed a few opportunities in kicking game. We all know that. But what did you learn from your team over those first 2 games?
We're young. I knew they're going to be growing pains. You saw some. We have some criticals that if we clean up, Mike, we might sneak one of those games. But believe it or not, we're 0-2, and I also think I have a young, confident football team. Don't get me wrong. The Big Sky is a bandit of a conference. Anybody can win on Saturday, but now our football team believes they can win every Saturday. So I'm excited to throw them back out there. And again, we've cleaned up the kicking game, put one on ice, and threw out Kennedy's kid. So he's going to try to put it through the sticks. And again, I like where we're at. I'm excited to get back out on an FCS. Now we're entering the regular schedule.
Okay, let's talk about the new bandit then down at UC Davis. Dan Hawkins, the new head coach down there, has led his team to some pretty good results to start. They lost to San Diego State to open the season, but a pretty competitive game. And then last week really kind of beat up on San Diego, a playoff team last year. So what do we know about UC Davis in terms of the preparation? Quality.
Again, the coaches they have 2, Mark Speckman and Coach Hawkins. They've probably forgotten more football than I know. So going up against them is great. UC Davis has a lot of history. A lot of coaches have been through there. Respect the place, the academics. But, again, they have some great players. They have a guy on offense, a receiver who's kind of their group, or number 3. But they like their quarterback. But, honestly, I haven't been real worried about them. We've been working on ourselves this week.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about what the Vikings have done. And probably one thing you really want to see coming forward in these games against Big Sky opponents, Bo Duronslet. Interception, fumble recovery in the third quarter, both leading to touchdowns against Oregon State. And that gave the Vikings a lead, gave the Vikings a chance to win. I'm sure you've seen some real good things from the defense the first 2 weeks. I think maybe that's the number one thing you want to see more of, forcing turnovers.
Well, yeah, turnovers are going to they're going to tell you what we're going to do this season. They'll be the mirror of the window of win or lose. That's something that we have to get more of. But like you said, we have some great Bo Duronslet, and on the other side of the ball, Josh Kraft. You had guys that we've always talked we're not stars, and we're not. But that game last 2 weeks ago, those guys shine. They gave us a hell of a chance to win.
And I wanted to mention Josh as well. The Viking offense has shown a number of guys who can produce. Charlie Taumapea, the freshman quarterback Jelani Eason, Zaquan Summers has come in and done very, very well. Josh Kraft forced into a tough situation, moving from wide receiver to quarterback in the fourth quarter. And again, another guy nearly gave you a chance to win. Just talk about the mental toughness, I guess, that Josh had to have to lead his team in that situation.
Yeah, he's ice. I mean, we saw when we recruited him, Mike. He's a winner. And he shows it week in and week out. So it was great to see him didn't balk at all putting him in at quarterback. Again, I think we have 4 guys here at that position that can help us win games. That's why we're getting Cade in on the Wildcat, and that's why putting Davis in wasn't an issue either. So that's just how we've recruited. That's kind of how we build that system on offense. So we never run out of a quarterback and we never run out of a center.
Okay, the Vikings, as you've already alluded to, pretty healthy going into this week. No real secret, the types of things you like to do. Running the football, very important. You've had a number of backs who've performed well. Defensively, the team has certainly shown improvement over last year. I ask you this every week. What's the keys now for the Vikings this Saturday against Davis to get a win?
You said one of them. We have to be able to run the football on offense. Defense, stop the run. There are a lot of the RPO things, but be smart, stop the run on defense. And we have to win the turnover battle. That's something that, again, you look back to our good seasons. Anywhere I've coached, and that's been a positive for us. So that, and honestly, I still think there's a lot of people, our student athletes on this field that people don't know, and they're gonna see their names show up. We talked about, Mike, those FBS games, the speed of them. So I'm hoping now, what I've always hoped, and I think you're going to see on the field, is now the game's going to slow down, because that's a difference in the levels as you go up levels, is the speed of the game. So I'm hoping for our freshman quarterback, for our defense, as far as the turnovers go, you see the game slow down and a lot of good things happen on the field.
All right, there it is, a quick look at this week's game, Viking football with Bruce Barnum. Once again, Portland State hosting UC Davis, home opener this Saturday at Providence Park, 2 p.m. Be there. You can get all the information on Viking football at GoVikes.com.